Hi, everyone. I'm Meg from Maison Jupiter, and welcome to your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in. This is where every Wednesday I share with you guys the upcoming astrology that we've got going on from Wednesday to Wednesday, and we dive deep into the astrology, what is going on with the cosmos, how it is affecting us. So this is going to be a really interesting edition of Beyond Astro. Some really interesting stuff going on. Before we dive deep into the astrology, my lovely soul family, I do want to mention about my astrology consultation bookings. If you'd like to have a personal astrology session with me, that's available over at maisonjupiter.com. And I'm currently offering 1 hour, 1 year personal forecasting with the astrological transits, looking at your year ahead, any questions you have about the year ahead, or a general reading that you'd like on the year ahead. And I'm also offering 1 hour birth chart consultations. So diving deep into your birth chart, purpose, overall general overview of that. And if you have any specific questions about the birth chart, any questions are welcome. And everyone who watches the show gets a 10% off discount code, which is Beyond Mystic, to get 10% off of your next reading with me. And just want to shout out everyone that's had a consultation with me so far in the Beyond Mystic community. You are all so magical and lovely, and I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my work. And I still just feel super grateful and in awe that I'm here and I'm a part of this. It's a little bit surreal. I am still getting used to it. And especially after the staff retreat that we just had this past weekend, which I'm sure some of you guys saw. Some of us upon a part of Beyond Mystic and Maison Jupiter shared that on our socials, riding off this wave of magical energy after being around the whole gang. So just feeling super grateful and excited. So also, you guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. We've got so much amazing content. JC and I are going to be doing another Manifest Destiny show this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's always lots of fun. Definitely go check that out. And Solretta just put out her Beyond Reality weekly oracle that's now available. Sophie just did an amazing Beyond Tarot weekly forecast. So much going on, you guys. Please make sure you're subscribed to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. And thank you all so much for your support. So, hello, everybody. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently starting today, where I've been listening to your feedback, hearing what you guys have to say, and I'm getting a lot of feedback. Oh, that's the wrong slide. Around starting to share the charts when I'm talking about the astrology. And I'm really feeling like, you guys know, I'm super passionate about astrology. I really believe in astrology 100%, the practice of it. And I really believe that anyone can understand astrology if it's kind of explained in a certain way. So I'm going to start sharing the charts, and let me know in the comments, you guys, how you feel about that. If you find it helpful, if you find it confusing, let us know in the comments how you feel. But before we get into the specific astrology for this upcoming week, because some of you may be looking at this chart going, oh my God, Meg, I don't know what this is. This is like a foreign language to me. Please don't do this. I want to just do a brief explanation of what an astrology chart actually is. And once we understand that, it's actually going to help you guys who aren't super into astrology yet to understand astrology a lot deeper. Okay, so this chart that we've got here is the chart for today, March 29th, 2023, at 12 p.m. Eastern from Toronto, Canada. So when you're looking at an astrology chart, okay, you guys, the middle line here, if you can see where my mouse is moving, the middle line in a chart there, that is the horizon line. We can also think of that as ground level outside. So anyone at 12 p.m. Eastern, March 29th, 2023, if they were to stand outside on the ground and look up into the sky, okay, the visible sky from Toronto at 12 p.m. is the top half of an astrology chart. Okay. And I notice a lot of people, when I explain this, they kind of have like an aha moment, like, oh, this is what the chart is. This is what I'm actually looking at. So the top half of the chart is the visible sky from wherever we're running the chart from. And the bottom half of the chart is the non-visible sky, what's below the ground from the Earth's perspective of where we're running the chart from. So the visible sky for other parts of the world, far, far away, right? So that's a really important thing to know when we start looking at the charts, the visible sky and the non-visible sky at the bottom. And then we've also got all of the planets depicted by their planetary symbols. And I know there's a lot of symbols here, you guys, but don't worry. I'll always explain everything as I'm talking about it with you. Each of the main planets in my astrology program, I use Astro Gold, which is a really good astrology program. Each of the main planets is depicted by a colored planetary symbol. Okay, so they're in colored. And then the black symbols, most of those are asteroids, okay, except for the North Node and the South Node over here. So we've got the main planets in the colored symbols and the asteroids in black, some fixed stars over there. We won't worry about those guys today, I promise. And North Node, South Node. And then let's see what else. Yeah, that's all I'll say for right now. Don't want to confuse you guys too much. As we get along and I start sharing the charts more, I'll start sharing more around more about the chart. I believe Julie also has a really great video on the MAISON YouTube channel explaining what a chart is as well. So if you'd like to go deeper, definitely go check that out. But let's get into the specifics about what is coming up for us this week. So this is a chart for March 29th. And first of all, we are in our now second week of this new astrological year. We're still in Sun in Aries season. So we're still in this energy of New Year, if you will, the astrological New Year. We still got the Sun in Aries. So if you haven't done your intention setting for this upcoming next astrological New Year that we're in now, you can still do that this week. You can still even do that next week. I personally believe you can do that any point in the Aries season because Aries is about new beginnings, taking action, setting intention. So you can really do it anytime this week or next week if you haven't already. We're in that fresh new year, natural time energy. And we're almost in April. Sorry, you guys, I'm having a hard time with my words this week. Almost in April in a couple days, which is going to be a really interesting month. We're having the start of eclipse season in April. So this, to me, right before I started recording this video, I felt energetically like we're on this wave, this tidal wave that's starting to ascend. And when we get into the eclipse season, April 20th to May 5th, it's going to be like the crescendo and then going down. So some of you may be feeling like something is about to happen. Something is definitely about to happen with the collective in a very big way. And I know a lot of us are feeling that impending kind of energy of some kind of big event, something that we need to be prepared for. It's us, I believe, really feeling that upcoming powerful eclipse season from April 20th to May 5th. And I know some of you may be saying, okay, Meg, we're not at that eclipse season yet. We're in this week, March 29th to April 5th. But the interesting thing about eclipses is we actually start to feel the energy of eclipses weeks before an eclipse date actually starts and weeks after an eclipse date ends. So we're technically kind of getting into the eclipse season energy now. And this eclipse season, that first eclipse is going to be a new moon in Aries, 29 degrees, a critical degree. So we're being initiated through the Aries energy then, but also even now, this week and in this Aries season. Check out all the placements we've got in Aries right now. Sun in Aries, Chiron in Aries, Jupiter in Aries, Mercury in Aries, and also the asteroid Vesta in Aries. And this week we are having a triple planetary conjunction of the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter in Aries. And we are really coming out of what I like to call the Piscean fog of the past couple of years, which we've been under with, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is in Pisces right now, has been for the past few years, will continue to be for the next few years. But we had last year Jupiter in Pisces, the other ruler of Pisces, the two rulers of Pisces together. And this is what really brought on a lot of the deceptiveness, illusions, lies, really brainwashing and mind control that we've been under in recent times. And now Jupiter is out of Pisces. Neptune is in low degrees of Pisces, and we've got all this Aries going on. This is like a cosmic snap out of it, if you will, out of the energy that we've been in for the past few years. And Aries is the sign that is about taking action, living in the present moment. The archetype of Aries is the warrior in its positive aspect of love and light and protection. And in the negative aspect, a warrior of physical conflict, intense war and stuff like that. So with this much amount of placements in Aries right now, we want to be really mindful of the fact, Jupiter expands whatever it's touching, right? With that in Aries, Chiron is our wounds in Aries. There can be a possibility to want to have conflict, to want to be aggressive, to want to physically act out in some sort of way. And I'm not saying we're all going to be feeling like that, but this is something that's definitely going to be in the collective. I mean, if you look at what's going on in the world right now, there are revolutions happening all over the world. France is having a revolution. Holland is having a revolution. Parts of the States are having a revolution. It is in the air, and it's going to get more and more intense as we come into that eclipse season at the end of April. But this amount of Aries placements right now, especially this week, is really kicking us off into that, initiating us into that. So this is an invitation for us to be in that warrior archetype of love, light, and our divine masculine side of protection. Protection of ourself, protection of our loved ones, our clan, our community, and protection, Spirit's wanting me to say, also of those right now, our loved ones, whether it's family, friends, or people in the community that are starting to wake up out of this Piscean spell that we've been under, that mind control and brainwashing we've been under the past couple of years. People are going to need strong people in the community in that Aries energy of being grounded, being present, and being supportive and protective of them. And I'm not saying that we need to, save people, you guys, or drain our energy towards people, but I think we're going to be seeing this as a theme of people kind of, whether that's asking us for assistance or support, and we're going to have to be strong. That Aries energy of strength, holding space for those that are waking up. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Also, this amount of planets in Aries is about taking action. This week is a week to take action. This week is a week to get prepared in any ways that resonate with you. We've also got at the same time this week, Venus and Uranus over here in the 11th house. It's showing in the 11th house right now at 12 p.m. Eastern Toronto time today. These two are going to be conjunct this week. And Venus is the ruler of money and finances and our resources. And she's in a very strong position in one of her home signs of Taurus right now. Uranus, which is conjunct Venus, is about unpredictability, instability, shocks, and surprises. So this is really a time of being prepped, if you will, in physical ways, in financial ways, mentally, physically, for what is to come, of a lot of people waking up at the same time and snapping out of that, what I call Piscean spell that we have been under. So I don't mean to be, not trying to scare anybody or anything, but I think it's really important to be prepped right now in whatever ways resonate with you. Like I said, a lot of us are feeling that something is, some event is coming in. And we just did, Julie and Sophie and I, a Divine Feminine Oracle show, where one of the things we were talking about is how we're all feeling many potential timelines right now, and that nothing is really set in stone from our Divine Feminine perspective. And it's really about taking the action, Aries, setting the intentions and taking the action on what timeline we want to be on and acting according so, and not feeding into timelines that we don't want to be on. That'll help us to create the best timeline, create the best future, and use this Venus-Uranus conjunction in the light aspect of, Venus is not just money and resources and physical possessions, but it's also our values. And Uranus is not just instability and shocks and surprises, but it's also the planet that rules freedom. So in the light aspect, I see this Venus conjunct Uranus as a valuing of freedom for the collective. And us really stepping into that, if we want to be in the light aspect, in alignment with the natural energies of astrology right now. And, to be prepped and prepared, is not really something out of fear. It's actually empowerment, and it's actually being in your freedom. We can look at it in that perspective. Seeing what's going on in the world, there's so many things going on right now that it's just kind of Aries using your common sense, that divine masculine side, that inner protector warrior side of, okay, I see some things, intense things happening on the outside. Maybe I should be prepared, whether that's stocked up physically with food, making sure the finances are in the right place. That's the divine masculine. Aries rules the divine masculine. So this is a really good week for getting organized practically, getting yourself prepped. This is what Spirit wants me to say over and over again. And I'm not trying to be fear-based, you guys. This is prepped in the physical sense, the mental sense, and the spiritual sense as well. And what's also interesting is we've got, ever since March 25th, a few days ago, until middle of May, Mars has now entered Cancer. Mars is in Cancer, and Mars is the ruler of the sign of Aries. So, Aries is our divine masculine, Mars is our divine masculine, how we assert ourselves and our life force energy, where that goes. And Cancer is nurturing, self-care, home, family, and our foundation. So I think, if you're listening to this video, if you're a part of the Beyond Mystic community, or you're into astrology or the esoteric in any way, then I'm sure most of us have really been feeling that need for stability, having a safety net, making sure all our ducks are in order in home and our foundation, and being there for our family as well. And maybe starting to put focus and energy towards the family. What's going on with our families? Where's everybody at? Is everybody okay? Does anybody need any extra support? Is anybody waking up? Starting to wake up? Are people still closed? Checking in with your family. This is a good time with Mars and Cancer to be doing so, you guys, okay? And before we go further, I want to mention, I'm so excited for this. Julie, Janine, and JC have a new Astro Woo for April that's now available on BeyondMystic.net. And this is their awesome show that they do every month on the Astro and Tarot, doing sign-by-sign readings for all the signs for the month of April. So that's a really great show you guys can check out on BeyondMystic.net for the Insider Access Pass and also available for the pay-per-view. Okay, guys? So we'll bring this chart back up again. Let's see, is there anything else I want to show you guys with this chart? Don't think so. Just can't stress enough this amount of Aries energy. If anyone out there, you guys that are Aries, sun, moons, rising, North Node in Aries, or you have an Aries stellium, like in this chart, okay, stellium is when we have 3 or more planets in the same sign or house. You guys may be starting to feel really amped up. And let me know in the comments if you are, you guys that have Aries placements. Very important for you guys to be exerting your energy physically so that you don't get overwhelmed by the amount of Aries that is going on at the moment. Aries rules are physical energy, physical activity, athleticism. So it would be a really good time for Aries placements to be active, because you guys are already very active and filled with energy and life force and motivation. So can't imagine how you guys must be feeling right now with this energy. So yeah, and we'll get rid of the chart for now. I just want to speak a little bit also about the upcoming full moon in Libra that we are going to be having, which is on April 5th, but we're actually going to start feeling the energy of it Sunday, Saturday. We feel the energy of full moons and new moons 3 days before and 3 days after a full moon or a new moon date. So this full moon in Libra on April 5th, like I said, we're going to start being in the full moon portal over the weekend. This is a really interesting one because we've got the eclipses shifting this eclipse season onto the nodal axis of Aries and Libra. Aries, we're going to have that new moon eclipse April 20th, but Libra, we're not going to have that Libra eclipse until October 14th, but we're entering the axis now with this eclipse season and that new moon in Aries. New moon eclipse in Aries, rather. So this full moon in Libra, it's really interesting. We're having a full moon in Libra right before we step into that Libra Aries axis in the eclipses. And Libra is the sign of relationships. Our relationships, our love relationships, business relationships, people that work for us or do something for us. It can be friends, but it's more to do with love relationships and business partners when we're talking about Libra. So with this being a full moon, you know, this is endings, cleansing, completion cycle, and also an illumination time. Pay very close attention to what is being revealed around your relationships at this time. I'm feeling like this full moon is going to be the start of us witnessing a lot of breakups happening that aren't serving you for your highest good, aren't serving the collective for the highest good anymore. I really feel like ever since Pluto entered Aquarius on March 23rd, we've really entered a higher new Earth timeline, and that is going to shift a lot of relationships. So let me know what you guys think about in the comments. I've been really, really feeling that. So with this full moon in Libra, we want to be paying attention to our relationships, whether we're in a love relationship or not. You know, Libra is partnership, relationship, harmony, and balance. So if you are single, you know, it would be a good full moon to do some nice self-care, to give yourself some love, to treat yourself the way that you would like someone else to treat you, that you would like to attract in a romantic relationship. And yeah, people are going to be reflecting out to us, acting like reflectors to us of things that we need to be noticing about ourselves at the inside. I'm really feeling Spirit saying that right now with this full moon in Libra. Watch the patterns, the themes, the synchronicities that the people in your life are reflecting back to you. And sometimes those are easy things to look at, like good qualities to look at. And sometimes those are more shadow qualities to be aware of, what we're noticing. You know, we're all one, we're all reflections of each other. So I'm really feeling that with this full moon. It's about our relationships, our harmony within ourself. Libra rules harmony. Are we in harmony with ourselves? Are we living in disharmony? Is there something that we need to let go of? Full moon, to get back into harmony. Something for you guys to think about. And also, this full moon in Libra is going to be 16 degrees of the sign of Libra. So you can check in your birth chart where you have Libra, where you have 16 degrees of Libra, because that is an area that is being highlighted and something is being illuminated for you at this time. So yeah, overall this week, we got tons of Aries activation energy going on. We've got starting to feel the wave of that eclipse season coming in. And we've also got this full moon in Libra that we're going to be feeling closer to the weekend. So I really am feeling over and over again this amping up of energy, that things are about to amp up. And, you know, Uranus rules revolution and rebellion. And with Venus conjunct Uranus, people are going to be valuing their freedom more. I think some of these things that we've been seeing in France and in Holland are really going to be ramping up for sure. So it's going to be really interesting on the collective level to see what goes on with that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about everything I shared. I love hearing from you guys. And again, if you'd like to have a more personal consultation with me, you can check that out on maisonjupiter.com. And don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. We love you guys so, so much. And thank you all so much for your support. And so grateful to be in this community with all of you guys, and wishing you the most magical week ever. Have a happy Aries season. Again, happy new year. Happy second week of this astrological new year that we're in. And happy full moon in Libra coming up. Have an amazing week, you guys. Love you. Bye.